Rise and shine. Pour yourself a cup of coffee and tune in to Good Morning Aurora. News, weather, and really cool interviews. Monday through Friday from 8 to 9 a.m.
Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. The time is 4:40 a.m. I know it's early. You are listening to Good Morning, Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. It's Wednesday. It is time for Buenos Dias, Aurora, the second largest city's first bilingual news podcast. We go live on Facebook and YouTube at 8 o'clock a.m., so get ready to tune in, get your coffee ready, and join us this morning. It is the 9th of June, 2021. Summer is here. All right, so let's get into the topics before we get into the interview. Saturday, June 19th at 3:30 p.m. is the Freedom and Heritage Celebration, One Nation, presented by the African American Men of Unity. This will be held at Martin Luther King Park on Farnsworth and Grand on the east side. Admission is free. There will be food, a moon jump, face painting, vendors, and even a talent contest. There's also going to be a parade. Make sure that you join. Special shouts out and thank yous to the African American Men of Unity, the African American Heritage Advisory Board, and the City of Aurora. Our state reps, Stephanie Kifowit, Barbara Hernandez, and Keith Wheeler, are partnering with the Kane Senior Council and St. Athanasius Greek Orthodox Church to provide free frozen meals to seniors once a month from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on prescribed Mondays during the summer at St. Athanasius, located at 1855 Fifth Avenue in Aurora. Event dates are currently scheduled for June 21st, July 12th, August 16th, and September 13th. Shout out to St. Athanasius, the Kane Senior Council, and our state representatives. Lastly, Kane County Animal Control. They're having their yearly microchip and rabies vaccine, and it's drive-through. The clinic will be held at 4060 Kesslinger Road in Geneva. There will be 1 year rabies vaccine and microchipping. Kane County residents must purchase a registration tag, and there is no appointment necessary. The next date will be Saturday, June 12th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. The August, September, and October dates are TBD at the moment. All right, you may have noticed yesterday we went live for Aurora Museum Week, and we had two friends of the show, Eric Pry and Jen Evans of the GAR Memorial Hall in Aurora and the Aurora Public Art Commission, respectively. It's early. It's so early, y'all, and my coffee's brewing. I haven't had it yet, so please bear with your boy. And lastly, our friends at the Kane County Sheriff's Office are hosting a one-day forklift driver certification class. OSH currently provides forklift driver and OSHA training at the Kane County Jail. Card certification is good for 3 years. There's a registration fee of $25, which covers lunch. Very cool. The deadline for registration is June 21st by noon. There is a registration link, which we have posted before. If you follow us on Facebook or Instagram, you will see the other posts and get that link. And that is the news. All right. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good to see you, ladies. Nice to meet you guys as well. All right. So today we have Megan and Rachel of Mama's Kitchen. Okay. Now, for our listeners and for our viewers as well, let us know where you ladies are from to start off with, and a little bit about yourselves.
I'm from Chicago. My name is Rachel.
Okay.
And I'm from Chicago originally. I just moved into Aurora about a month and a half ago.
Okay. All right. What part of Chicago are you from?
Lincoln Park.
Lincoln Park. Okay. All right. Very cool.
My name is Megan Cole, and I am originally from Maywood, but I moved into the suburbs. My son is 16 now, probably like about 20 years ago.
Okay.
I moved into the suburbs, and I've been here ever since.
You say the suburbs, Aurora?
It was Naperville first,
okay.
And then Oswego. But I've always done business within the Aurora vicinity.
Not too far away anyway.
The surrounding areas, correct.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's take it from there. Chicago and then coming to the suburbs. What are some of the things that you ladies like and appreciate or have noticed about, Aurora here, our new location?
Quiet. I'm used to
Okay.
a lot of noise, a lot of cars, a lot of music, loud music in the area. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so when I moved here, it's a lot more quiet.
Right. Yeah, it is. It is. There's festivals and all that kind of stuff, but like your typical day to day kind of thing is
Very peaceful.
very peaceful. Yeah, I lived on the west side, and I mean,
Yeah.
every day is the 4th of July. You know what I'm saying? Angela?
Yep, and my purpose for basically moving to the suburban areas because I have children. My son, who's 16, my brother, who's 23 and now in the Navy. I had them, so that was my reasoning. But being here, I can definitely tell you from basically my roots are Joliet, then Maywood. So coming from two areas where it's a lot of rah, 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 definitely, it's a lot quieter.
That's the best way you could have put it. Rah, rah, rah. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, it's a
All
lot
day
of
long.
all day long. So moving to the
Yeah.
suburbs this way has
Yeah, peaceful.
definitely been peaceful. It's been a great environment for my children. So when I tell my story, I always say I did it for my boys because I could handle handle that. But raising men, it's something different, you know,
Right.
in the inner cities and things of that nature. So.
I had a great conversation with a guy by the name of Calvin Wilson, who's originally from Chicago too. And one of the things that he and I agree, I have an 8-year-old. One of the things he and I agreed upon was that, you know, it is a good feeling to know and be able to say with confidence that, you know, our kids will never even have any clue of, you know, besides traveling, maybe going to visit a family member, but having to deal with, grow up with, thrive in, and try to make yourself in an environment like that, they'll have no idea about that. And that's a good thing.
Right.
That is a really good thing. Now we're going to talk about, we'll talk about Mama's Kitchen and business and being women in business and being entrepreneurs. But I do want to get a sense from you ladies, in your own opinions, what do you think it is that holds people back? Is it truly their environment or is it within themselves?
Both.
Okay. Okay.
Both. Yes.
And I think I honestly think it's mindset and the environment too, because in certain environments, resources are not available.
Right.
So resources, if you don't have the resources, how can you change your mindset?
That is very well said.
Right.
That is very well said. There are people with talent, drive, and ambition.
Mm-hmm.
But are there workshops
No.
in the area, whatever the case may be, that can help you? No, there are not in a lot of places.
Not at all.
What has been a success for you ladies? Recent or a little bit ago? What's been a success with Mama so far?
With mamas, I would say community.
Okay.
Community and getting together with people like Harriet at the SBDC,
Okay.
the Women's Business Development Center, networking. But I can honestly say community, although we, opened fairly late,
Right in the middle of the
right in the middle of the COVID.
Oh, y'all got some luck, right?
I can still say, and I'm sure we can say together, that the community was very, very,
very
embraceful and helpful during that time.
I have to tell you that I did see you guys have been part of our news. It's been a minute, but we did shout out because I keep up on what's going on out there. If I see, especially us, if I see my people anything good, if you give a guy $1, I'm talking about it. They are giving away dollars on the corner of yada yada. So you guys were in our news, so congratulations. Because even if it did start off rocky, it appears that you've still maintained and are doing good. So congratulations. Megan, growing up, what impact did your dad have in your life?
My dad My dad, which we lost our dad
Our
in
dad,
December of
December.
last
You
year.
got your sisters. Excuse me, I'm sorry about that. I'm
That's
sorry.
okay. Yeah, we lost our dad December of last year. But what I remember from my dad, because my background is I grew up in foster care. But at the age of 9, when my grandparents took custody of me, my dad was incarcerated. So at that time, I remember my dad being a stand-up guy.
Sure.
He released custody of me. He would not let his parental rights go until he knew that I was in secure hands. So he released custody of me to my grandfather. And I remember him sitting there. We went to the jail. I had to identify my dad and all this stuff. And my dad said, "You're going to take care of her." And him and my grandfather shook hands. And I think my father's, the rest of his prison time was okay, knowing that his baby girl, because I'm the baby girl, was going to be okay.
What does family mean to you, ladies? What does that word family mean?
Oh, at this point in my life, it means a great deal. Since we neither one of us have parents anymore, and all we have is each other, it's important to me that, because I have been sick for the last 3 years, it's important to me as the bigger sister that we all pull together and stay together. So it means a great deal to me.
I talk to people a lot who haven't grown up with parents at all. One of the things that has always surprised me about those people is that no matter how far down they were, they somehow were able to fill in the blank, keep moving or keep motivating themselves.
Yeah.
And I think that's important.
Yes.
I gotta tell you, I haven't interviewed many sisters who work together and it works. So this is really, most of the time it's, I do this and then she does that. This is, I'm liking this. This is working out great. This is perfect.
We truly love each other.
We truly love each other. We're sisters. Don't get us wrong. But,
Right.
we have our moments. We're sisters,
Sure.
right? But she's the bigger sister. I respect her. I'm the little sister. She respects me. And family to me means everything. Because as a little girl, I didn't have my family at one point in my life. I grew up age 8, got taken away, lost my family for 2 years, and then to reconnect, people just don't understand the importance of family and family ties and what it means to be a strong family. And we need that in our community, within ourselves, to have that feeling of what family love really, really feels like. And I do find love outside of family as well, but my family means everything to me.
So with that being said, what is something that you know now, or let me start over. What's something that you didn't know before that you know now? Not even a family thing, just a life thing. What have we learned over these years?
No matter how old you are to your family, you still have to respect them as being grown-ups as well.
Okay.
I learned that the hard way. Because we didn't grow up in the same household.
Mm-hmm.
And I met Megan after our father got out of penitentiary.
Okay.
First stop he made is to let me meet my sister. And from that point on, we've been like that. That was years ago, 30 years?
Yeah. It's a long time.
It's amazing the things that you can still learn, right? You never stop knowing things or learning.
Yeah. It's
All right.
important to keep learning.
It's important
Right.
to keep learning. And my key thing in life, you said what we know now.
Right.
Life is short, too.
Life is too short.
Amen to
Always
that.
remain teachable.
Yes. Open.
Be open to corrective
Change.
criticism and change.
Right.
That's something that was hard for me to grasp until I got into corporate America, and one of my supervisors had a conversation with me like, "Girl, you want your numbers to turn around, you better listen. And you want 401k, I ain't know nothing about 401k or none of that." He sat me down and he said, "I'm going to teach you, but you got to be open to learn."
Right.
So that's something that I would say, that I really didn't know way back then in my younger years, that if I could have taken that with me throughout life, before hitting those stumbling blocks, I would have been all right.
Yes. Yes.
You mentioned corporate America. I worked in corporate America for a long time, and so I was in the Navy. And I remember I got out of the Navy, started working in corporate America, and it was tough. It was tough being a young, because, you know, before that, I grew up in Harvey.
Oh, okay.
So it was Harvey, Trouble, Navy, and then corporate America.
Mm-hmm.
The skills, the basic professional building blocks
Right.
to get by, I had to learn that.
Yes.
I was grown, but I had to learn that.
Yes.
And to your point about being teachable, sometimes that's more important than anything. You know, people say, oh, I'm like this, I'm not going to change. That's not something to be proud of.
It's not.
No.
Not
That's
at all.
not something to be proud of. You shouldn't be saying that with, you know, oh, I'm like this and that's right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Don't put that on a t-shirt. All right. So now let's get to the nitty-gritty. Mama's Kitchen. How did it start? Take me to the day before Mama's Kitchen began. What was the thought process?
The thought process of Mama's Kitchen, I was talking to my mom, my late mom. She died last August, Andrea Cole, so we pay homage to her with Mama's Kitchen. I was sitting down and I came to her and I was like, Ma, I want our legacy and our name and this to live on. Well, backstory, Mom was incarcerated too. But Mom, while she was incarcerated, she went to school for culinary arts. So she was like, you want to do what? Girl, you know I love to cook.
Right.
I love to cook. Da, 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 da. I was like, girl, you love to cook. So if I start a restaurant, you going to rock this restaurant out for us. And she said, yeah. And from there, the thought of a restaurant was in my head. And I kind of went to my sister. And I'm like, sis, there's some great things we could do together. I was already in transportation, but I was always about attaching family to whatever venture I had. But at that time, my family didn't want to kind of do anything entrepreneurship because everybody's trained to do a job. And when you're trained to do a job, you don't know how to go out there and let your wings fly and tip over to the entrepreneur world.
Absolutely. That when this video is over with, I'm gonna cut. That's gonna be a snippet right there.
Yeah, so
that's gonna be a soundbite.
Yeah, so the fear of family wanting to actually do business with family, learn something new. But Mom was like, you know what? I'll do it with you. And I went and I grabbed her hand and I said, come on, let's go. Mom was having a hard time here in Aurora. My mom roots was Joliet and Aurora.
Okay.
So she was having a hard time finding and actually keeping a job as a felon.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, Mom, you know what? I'm going to create something. You ain't never got to worry about a job again. So Mama left us all these good old recipes, and my sister's mom, Rachel, my stepmother, who's dearly missed as well, she left us with some great stuff, and we've just
Took it from there.
Took the torch and ran with it.
Yeah.
Did Mama's Kitchen have another name before Mama's Kitchen? Yeah, it did. What is that name?
No, listen.
I married into a family that had been in business for 50 years. I don't know if we should say that family's name, do you think?
No, we're good.
Okay, yeah.
But yes, we started off getting ready to work in their names.
Okay.
And it just brought to our attention that we should, bring our own stuff out. So
It was
that's how
Mama Andrea Cole that said,
she said, come with your own
come
name.
with your own
There you
name.
go. Right.
So the funny backstory to that is Mama's Kitchen originated in Kentucky.
That food gotta be good, yo.
We went to Kentucky, and well, actually, it was by search, by way of online and searching, and this lady, she seen what we were doing and all of that, and she reached out and she said, I have a food truck. And I'm selling my food truck turnkey. Mind you, like my sister said, we were looking for a brick and mortar.
Right.
We were going to be back in Aurora on Best Avenue. Was that Best Place or Best Avenue? Back there in the on the far west side.
Right.
By Jules or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
And we were gonna, like she said, franchise, and it was under one of our brothers, my
ex-husband,
husband, Ricketts, world famous, and the lady said, well, I see what you guys are doing. I got a turnkey business. Me and my husband are getting ready to go over the road, and we just want to get rid of it. Get rid of it. I called my sister, I called my mom, I said, they are getting rid of this business, and you guys won't believe the price. And we were looking for financing. We had went to the WBDC, SBDC, we went to one of those community banks, and things just weren't coming together.
Yeah.
Right.
It just wasn't coming together for financing, and finally they offered us a great price, and we all had it. Sis pulled from her 401k. I kind of pulled from the other business, and we made it.
Made it happen. Right.
We made it work.
Yeah.
Now, what year was this?
This was in 2019. In 2019, we found it. 2020, right before COVID, is when we actually did the drive and went to go pick it up.
And then, so you go take the drive, you get the truck, bring it back here, and COVID happens.
COVID happens.
Right there.
Right there.
Right there.
Right.
We got it at the beginning of March. I think COVID started somewhere between
March.
Yeah, it was March.
Something like
Yeah,
that.
it was the 17th.
Exactly.
It was the 17th. That was the day that cuz the business that I had at the time was a friend of mine opened an escape room, and I was running the escape room for him. You remember those? You lock people in rooms and all that. And the school districts closed on the 17th.
Yeah.
So a bunch of things happened, including the school districts. And when that happened, that was the nail in the coffin. That was it. That was it. Every single thing, yeah. And then I think what came about 24 to 48 hours later were the city decrees that said, by law, you cannot go outside, curfew, and all that kind of stuff.
Shut in.
Yep.
Shut down and shut in. Exactly.
So now, what was that like? You bought the truck, made the drive, you're up here, and here's COVID. What are, Rachel, what are we thinking at this time? What are we feeling?
Well, just to backtrack just a little bit, the name on the truck was Mama's Kitchen.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
okay, all right.
We said
she was already established.
Yeah, she was already established.
We couldn't even ride down the street without somebody saying, "Hey, I want to buy some food."
They stopped us all the way down the highway.
Oh, okay, all right. So yeah, so forget COVID. Hold on, let's back up to the good part.
So we get there to Kentucky.
All right.
And we have no car to pull it back. We were just coming to look, and we thought we could get a U-Haul.
Right.
And this lady and her husband, when I tell you, they walked us through every nook and cranny of getting
total blessing.
The truck, hitching it and driving it back in a storm.
That's what they did.
They hitched it, they drove it back for us
and
parked it and said, "Bless you guys.
If you have any problems, give us a call," and they've been on call ever since.
Yes.
It's just been a blessing from
yes.
That is.
Yes. Yeah.
And then we got food truck friends here, Maria and Peter, they sat us down and they talked to us. It was just like the pour of blessings was just coming out, even during the COVID.
That's the kind of thing that would make you still be, this ain't nothing. We can still do this. That is a, yeah. I don't think
God made it so easy to whereas we could not say we couldn't do it.
Right.
It was just put in our hands. Every day it was something different. I'm gonna do this for you. I'm gonna do that for you. We had to do absolutely nothing. It just came.
Right.
Yeah.
So now we're like up here feeling like, okay, we can do this.
We can do it.
Nothing but be dedicated, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's been a little bit of fear
Yeah.
for, a little bit, but it hasn't been much. The hesitation from March to August when we finally decided that we were going to do the pre-grand opening.
Mhm.
So we did the pre-grand opening August 8th in my yard, and the neighbors, the neighborhood flocked, people that were invited flocked. Mom was there and her little chef had all the kids and all the family came out.
Yeah.
And
I would have been there too if you was my neighbor.
see?
You see what they're doing down the street, right? I'm gonna be right back.
Yeah, then we just started giving away stuff, and but it's definitely been, I can say, truly, truly a blessing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So this business began pretty much with just I think we're only talking weeks here. Began pretty much and has been operating during COVID, or you guys have been shut down, making it work here and there with pop-ups. I saw socially distanced things, so I think that is really good, because for all the businesses that didn't make it, there are so many businesses who kept going, got stronger, keep it moving.
Yes.
And I think that that's a really good thing. I like that.
Yes. We did experience closure from March to August because we were following all of the guidelines and things of that nature for COVID. But we decided to go in August, full throttle. And unfortunately, when we got back in August from vacation, my mom passed August 16th. So we reclosed, had to pivot a little bit, and then decided to open in October. And then October was basically getting permits here and there to do pop-ups, to get our name into the community. And with doing that, we landed ourselves at the mall. And the mall was such a great experience that now, in July, we are actually in a brick and mortar.
Where's that?
So, 227 South Lincoln Way in North Aurora.
Oh, snap.
So we're that old Brown's Chicken right there. The red and yellow building. As soon as you make a left.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
31 and 25.
Oh.
Right there.
Yeah.
For all the listeners and the viewers, now you picturing it like I am. Y'all know that intersection. You see that place. Congratulations.
Well, thank you so much.
So let's see here. Let's do the math. Went from an idea to getting it together to get the truck we found.
Yeah.
Go to Kentucky, pick it up, bring it back.
Park it.
Right. Park it. Little dust collection.
Yeah.
But here we are with a brick and mortar at 227 South Lincoln Way.
Yes.
Now, what's it been like with permits and everything, and getting that acquired, and going through the whole establishment of building a business? What's that process been like?
Whew. It's been busy. It's been quite challenging in some areas, but I can honestly say that in the city of North Aurora, they've made it so welcoming and so easy for us with the whole transition, because see, they're not used to having food trucks in their community. So they kind of had no idea when we came to them with the concept. But when we explained the menu and told them, the ideas that we were going to do, they were like all in. I mean, so the resources have been phenomenal.
Yes.
Once again, blessed. Financially, because we started, we went and got the truck in March, but we legally didn't become Mama's Kitchen here in Illinois until June. There's been financial challenges, but I still say all praises to God.
Yes.
Right.
Because we've just been blessed, with saving. Nobody knows what it's like when you don't have an ounce of anything, shutting down the transportation, because of COVID, because I dealt directly with the ill in my field of transportation, because of my sister and her background. She shared a little bit that she's been sick, but my sister is a cancer survivor. So with that being said, I was protecting her, my son, myself, and decided to just, close it down altogether. So riding the wave of both of us experiencing not having really any income,
Right.
but then getting these angels
Yeah.
that own the building saying, I like your model, let's go with it, and actually walking you through and helping you with it,
Yes.
you can't do nothing but say,
Thank
who's doing all this?
Right.
Right.
It's coming from.
Lord.
Oh my God.
Right. Won't he do it?
Yeah, he will.
do it.
Yes.
Like I said, I lost my job back when COVID happened, and just like that, in the blink of an eye, I went from living pretty good life to being unemployed with an 8-year-old, living unemployment paycheck to unemployment paycheck.
I hope that turned around for you.
It has.
God is good.
And I got that first little stimulus check. I started this show in my bathroom. Remember when that first stimulus came?
Yes.
Way back, that
Yeah,
first one?
The first one.
I got that first stimulus, and I decided I was going to get some studio time with
Wow.
the stimulus money. First I paid all the bills off that I was late on. Then I took the rest and got some studio time.
Okay.
But when that money, there was no plan B. What was I going?
Hey.
But he just kept making
Wow, kept
making ways. If you are dedicated and you're trying to do something, there is always a way. So that term, it's not cliche. Where there is a will, there is a way.
There's a way.
That's true.
So
true.
all right, now let's get to the fun part of this. Tell me about the menu. What is the specialty on Mama's Chicken?
Chicken.
Or that I knew.
Chicken, you just said it.
Chicken.
I mean, it's a kitchen, but
Chicken
yeah.
and the sauces. Now, one
Okay.
of our most popular things on the menu is our chicken and waffles.
Okay.
Everybody has come out for the chicken and waffles. We've seen people stand in the line at the mall, eat it, and come back for another plate.
Give me another one.
Yeah,
Right.
because you get two big old juicy thighs on your, look y'all gonna get two big old juicy thighs and two waffles, and it's a meal. It is a meal. It is a
And
meal.
sometimes you put those toppings on there.
Yeah.
Right.
Just
Right.
say, okay,
Yeah, so
have fun.
yeah, so that's it. Chicken and more chicken.
Right.
Okay.
Then on on Saturdays, we're gonna mix it up a little bit. Gonna give you a little bit of barbecue. Then on
Right.
Sundays, we're gonna throw out there, a little soul food brunch.
Soul food.
Because we did open up while we were, hanging around town, bouncing from place to place. We did open the menu for soul food, and the need and want for soul food in Aurora
It's
was
huge.
Huge. So we are going to bring that as well, where you can come in on Sundays and sit down and have mimosas or your margaritas, because we did all praises to God. We got our liquor license.
Yeah.
We're gonna end this interview right now, y'all. We're gonna be there. Good, congratulations.
Thank you. We got our liquor license, so we're not trying now. Listen here, you're not gonna come in there and get no tequila shots and stuff, but you're gonna be able to enjoy a nice mimosa
Sure.
flight, some wine, some beer.
Yeah.
Want to keep it real, classy.
Of course. I mean,
Right.
So,
above, top shelf, all the way.
Right.
So yeah.
You mentioned soul food. You're right. There was out here. You say greens, they thinking salad. You know what I mean? They give you the canned greens. So I do appreciate that because for a long time, I haven't been to Mama's yet, but for a long time I was having to go back out west or something to go get some real authentic soul food kind of thing.
I'll go back to Maywood. I'm one of them.
Right. Yep.
I know the Chicago, of course.
What's the hours of Mama's?
We're going to be in the beginning from 10 a.m.
Okay.
to 6:37, something like that in the beginning. Late October, we're thinking about opening a little later because we will also be a Eat, Play, Win establishment. So we'll have slots and all that.
Oh,
good
okay.
stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're pretty excited about the whole journey of Mama's Kitchen and where it's taken us.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. How can we, the community, help you?
Of course, coming to get food. That'd be a good thing, yeah.
Support
Telling
is
us.
everything.
Telling other people's about us.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree. Support, keeping the programs that are here. You know, I cannot say how important those programs are to keep individuals inclined and with running their businesses and things like that. It's very, very important that the teaching remains in the community as well. Although financially, you know, there wasn't a lot of help.
Right.
But the wisdom, the knowledge, and those gems shared, and the help of, you know, just getting your ideas out on paper in front of somebody else to see if it all made sense. Sitting together with Harriet, pulling together numbers and things like that to even see if it all made sense. You know, those resources, keep those in the community. That's a big way to help entrepreneurs. But definitely support and sharing and encourage, keep us uplifted, you know, and if you see it, you know, if there's something wrong, I also say criticize privately, you know, tell us, we fix it.
Right.
We fix it right away.
Right.
You know.
Y'all got dessert?
We do.
Okay, what the desserts looking like? What the...
Caramel cake. Funnel cake.
Oreos.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all got fried Oreos and funnel cakes?
Yes.
Oh.
Red velvet.
Red velvet.
Ooh.
Red velvet deep fried Oreos and red velvet funnel cake. And then caramel cake is our everyday serve.
Okay. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. What is some what's some advice as women in business? What is some advice that you would give to up and coming women in business or women who have an idea but are you know, kind of on the verge of getting started or getting started? What would you say to them?
Seek out help. It's hard in the beginning.
Right.
Don't give up. Don't give up. Keep searching, because we do have people out there that are willing to help. So.
Right.
I would say, and don't let fear and procrastination stop you, because it's a crippling feeling. Don't let that stop you. As I've gone through this as an entrepreneur over the past, since 2012, now my give back is coaching other people, telling them how they can, you know, get started and how to do things without having to have a lot of capital. And don't go in debt trying to start a business. Do not go in debt trying to start a business. If you're working in corporate America, leverage. Use that and ease on out. You know, some people can take that leap of faith and do it. I'm one that did, but I had a nice 401k bank, thanks to that supervisor who taught me that. You know, and back to what we said, remain teachable, because nobody knows it all.
Right.
Just because I'm a coach, I still need to be coached in my life. So I tell everybody, just remain teachable and coachable and open.
Yeah.
So it's 2021. We find ourselves with vaccines being more widely distributed. We also see that things are starting to open up again. Now, you ladies detail to us the schedule that you've got coming up. But on a personal level, for Rachel and Megan, what's next? What's the future hold?
Well, my future holds actually trying to live more, because like I said, I've been sick for the last 3 years.
Okay.
So instead of existing, I'm getting ready to start living. And that's just the bottom line. It's hard being sick and trying to survive during a really serious illness. So that's my goal.
Okay.
It's time to live, yeah.
I love it. And to spend some more time with this lady here. That's the goal. I mean, long term for Mama's Kitchen, we have so many visions and dreams on where we want to take it, but the future holds taking things one day at a time.
Yes, definitely.
you know, and making sure that we do this right. And when you can do this right, then you can kind of wash, rinse, and do it all over again.
Right.
We would love to have a Mama's here, a Mama's there, or, you know, but you got to get the first one right.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get the first one right.
Yes.
So we'll be around for some time, for as long as the community is here and accepts us and we provide the best customer service that we can. We're going to be there for a while.
And you do get really good customer service with us.
I don't doubt that. I believe that. I believe that. I totally do. Because that's one of the things that makes a business great. You know, it is the customer service, definitely. 227 South Lincoln Way. You will see a brother in there one of these days. I promise you. I will be in there. Might bring the camera with me. We on location at Mama.
Wonderful.
So they know, the watchers and listeners, that we open the weekend of July 2nd. We're going to do it on July 4th weekend because we want to make it about, you know, we're family. And family, like we said before, family means everything to us. So we want to see people come on out with their families and come eat, have a good time. So Friday is going to be the fish fry Friday, the 2nd. Saturday we're going to do the barbecue, and then Sunday it's going to be soul food.
Okay.
And Sunday is the day where we plan to be able to sit back and engage with our individuals. So it'll be more brunch style. So you come until sold out. Is how that's going to go for Sunday. But we want to make sure that we're engaging, you know, people get to know us and know that we are family.
Yeah.
We are all we got.
I love to see it. I love to see it. This is the kind of thing that makes me happy. These are the kind of stories that I like. You know, Harriet's a friend and a fellow Rotarian, so it is our duty to lift people up and share anything positive and good that they're doing. And she's a great asset to the community. So,
yes.
All right. So the show ends on a positive note. What is your message today, ladies, for not only the people of Aurora, but anyone watching and listening?
Oh,
I ain't know what's
it's what I would say to the world, to Aurora, is never give up on your hopes and your dreams. Never give up, because if we could tell you that a lot of the things with starting the business we didn't see coming, the blessings behind it, we didn't know. We had no clue. You know, I would say remain prayerful, trust God.
Oh, yes. Trust the process.
And trust the process, because He will give you the resources that you need. There were many days I would say, sis, I don't know, we walking in this room and I don't know nobody in here. But just being open, you know, being asked to come and talk, and just getting these little emails like, you know, do you want to come to Good Morning Aurora?
Yeah.
It's like, wow, somebody wants to talk to us, you know. So just remain prayerful, remain hopeful, and never give up on your dreams.
Never.
And when you fall, get back up.
Right.
Yeah.
It's important that if you can look up, you can get up.
Yeah.
And when you get up, you keep moving
Yeah.
towards what you want. Don't look backwards.
Don't look backwards.
Don't look backwards.
Yeah.
On behalf of Good Morning Aurora, we'd like to say thank you to you ladies for coming in and telling us about Mama's Kitchen and sharing with us your experiences. And we wish you absolute success in this year and going forward.
Yeah.
To our listeners and our viewers, 227 South Lincoln Way in North Aurora, and get ready for the 4th of July weekend, starting off on the 2nd. Right, okay, starting off on the 2nd and then going each day with the grand opening.
Yes.
That's going to be great. And shouts out to Harriet Parker and the SBDC. If you need help, workshops, and coaching, they are there to help you.
Yes.
Yes.
All of you have a blessed, positive, and motivated day. Peace.
Yes. I meant to tell them to get involved with their chamber, because the chamber was very, very important.
I didn't stop recording yet. You could, that could be a message. I didn't.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to forget the chamber, because they've been a part of my, before we came together to do business, I was separately with my transportation company under the Quad County African American Chamber, Sherman Jenkins, and all of those guys.
Shouts out to
So shouts out to the chamber. I truly, truly appreciate them. We're members of them as well. They've given us many shouts out. That's probably where you got that one from. We just want to give homage to those who have helped us along the way with our hopeful to be continued success story.
Yes, yes, definitely.
We're looking forward to being here.
All right. Now we can say,
Peace.
y'all have a good one.